Now we're alive.
Welcome to the Whoville Station, a replica of an actual Santa Fe train depot, which Andy Size built to complement his extensive railroad memorabilia collection.
This building is built from their standard depot plans for the small branch line depot.
When you step into the lobby of this train station, it is as if you were stepping back in time to the 1940s, complete with two mannequins dressed in period clothing.
That is a Santa Fe conductor's uniform. It was given to me by a conductor down in Winslow, Arizona.
The display cases, which Andy says would not have been in the actual train depot, show off his collection of diningware from various railroad companies.
That case contains dining car, silver, most all of it from the Santa Fe. It's what you were actually served with when you ate in the diners on the regular passenger train. The nutcracker and nut picks are off a business car on the Santa Fe Railroad. The railroads had a knack of marking everything just for advertisement more than anything else. We've been collecting since 1953, and we trade with other people. We find things in antique shops, and some of the things I purchased from the Santa Fe.
The lobby contains only a small portion of Andy's collection.
You're going into the office portion of the depot, and I've tried to make this as authentic as I possibly could, and it really is about as cluttered and messy as a depot would have been.
What makes this collection unique is that everything in this office is still in working order, right down to the telegraph machine.
Station agent or operator could sit here and send his telegraph messages. These are battery jars. In the old days, before they had electricity that was really dependable, they had battery jars where they made their own battery to operate the telegraph in a depot. We have all the train order forms, Western Union blanks. When you were on the train, one of the waiters would come into your car and he would tell you that the dinner was being served in the diner.
So how did Andy get started in collecting?
Well, in 1953, a man came to visit my grandfather who had worked with him, and I had a model railroad out in the room. It was quite cold, and he thought I ought to have a stove out there, so he brought me a railroad stove and some lanterns and pieces of equipment like that. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to see how much of it I could collect, and it kind of mushroomed.
Mushroomed is right. In addition to the lobby and office, Andy has a room filled with model trains and lanterns.
I have about 150 different railroads represented in the lantern collection, and those are all of the switchman type lanterns.
But what gets the most attention from anyone passing by is the 1.5-inch scale steam-powered engine that can carry passengers. It took Andy about 4 years to build his first steam engine, and he already has another one in the works.
It's just a time-consuming thing. I have to machine all the parts and so forth.
Andy also has a gas-powered engine, and with 2,000 feet of track that circles his property, he has caught the eye of many travelers on Highway 550, and he doesn't mind that visitors stop by.
After all, having something like this means nothing if you just keep it to yourself. You have it to enjoy and share with others.
And on the 4th of July, when Andy gets together with a few of his friends, it's not quite Grand Central Station, but you definitely have to pay attention to the crossing signals. If you ask Andy if he considers himself a railroad fan,
I guess I'd have to say that. It seems like our life revolves around it. I don't consider myself really a railroad historian, but I have just always enjoyed model railroading as a hobby. I grew up around a railroad. It's just something, I guess, that gets in your blood.
If you'd like to visit the Whoville station, Andy asks that you call first, and donations are always gladly accepted.